Assalamu alaikum everyone, it's me Abdul Hanan. Hope all of you doing well. So in today's video we are discussing about the element and you have to pay attention while watching this video. So let's start. In the element we have multiple rows, and in the elements we have rows section in which we can add multiple columns. You just have to drag, and we have now 3 columns in one row. We have almost 6 columns, and you can also increase the number of columns in one row by clicking the icon here and clone. Okay, so now you have 8 elements in one row. So you can add multiple items, multiple element in the columns like heading, like paragraph, buttons, etc. So it's depend on your design, on your requirement. Okay, so the next is heading. You just have to drag here, and this is the heading. Click here, click on the settings, and now the settings is open. Okay, so click here. Now the settings of the heading is open. In the journal we have first typography, in which we have 3 options, means headline, content and the custom font. Headline font means you are already know in the previous session when you are set the typography from here. Click here and you can set any font from here, and then the font is automatically applied to all the headings of the funnel. Similar for the content, you have to just select one font and then you have to click here for the content font. Okay, for now we are working on the custom font, in which we have multiple font. You can select depend on your design and depends on your requirement. You can also upload the font, and we are also see in the next video how to upload the fonts in the high level, but for now this is enough for you. Okay, so next is the font size. You can adjust the font size like 50 and 60. So here you can adjust the font size, and the next we have the font weight. In the font weight we have multiple option, extra bold, heavy. You can select it, but mostly for the heading it only for the 700 bold and the semi bold. Okay, so the next is opacity. You can increase the opacity and decrease the opacity of the text. And the next is a line height. For example, you have okay, so the next is line height. For example, you have text and there is a gap in between two lines. Go to the pixel and then we can set it to 24, set it to 50 and 60. You can set the line height according to your design, and in which we have multiple parameters like pixel, percent, em and the root em, view height, em and the root em, view height and the view width. For like when we select this, they will select all the height of the page. Okay, similar for the width, all the width of the page is now selected, and the em you have to go with the pixel. Mostly we can set it to the pixel. And then next is text transform. Click here. You want all the text in the uppercase. You can also set in the lowercase. You can also set on the capitalize, means all the letters of the sentence, all the first letter of the sentence, it should be the capital. Okay, and the letter spacing, you can increase the letter spacing to 1 pixel and 3 pixel or -1. So basically it goes with the normal. And the next we have background color. Click here. We can add multiple colors. We have brand colors, we have global custom colors and the default color. You can select any color according to your design. So when we are building the live funnel, we can see each functionality of the settings in detail. So you have to click here for add new color, like you want to add red color in the background. Save, and now this color is add. And for now we don't need the color, so we set it to the white. Save. And the next we have color. So this is basically the text color. You can change the color according to your design, according to your development, according to your design, according to your requirement. And the next is the link text color. When you add the link, like undo, and for example, let me change the color of the text for like okay. So the next is link text color, in which you can set the color of the link text, mean that you are adding the text and you have add the link. Like you have to come here and select, go to there and add the URL. You can add your site URL, but for now we can add like www.example.com, and you want to open in the current window or you want to open in the new window. When someone clicks on this text, click his save, and now you see that there is a link text color, and you can change the color of the link text from here. Mostly we can use this feature when we are adding the privacy policy and the terms and condition page into our main funnel. Okay, so the next is the icon color. For example, we can add the icon, like we can add this icon YouTube. Now you can change the color of the icon. Okay, so this is how you can change the color of the icon. So this is all about the journal tab for the heading. And the next we have the style. In the style we have border. Now this is also mostly used feature when we add the border around the text. Okay, so let's means full border, all the four sides of the heading covered with the border, like full border. And look, there is a border is added in all the sides of the heading. Okay, so you can increase and decrease the width of the border and set the color of the border. Select the color you like or in your design. So it mostly goes to the 2 pixel or the 1 pixel. And border radius means how the corner edges is curved, so you can select it to 50 pixel, 20 pixel, and it goes with good with 25 pixel, I think. Yeah, or you want to add the radius only for the top edge, means only just the top edge of the heading is curved. Okay, you can see this, only the top edges is curved. If I now change to the bottom edges, then only the bottom, and then all edges have radius. So the next is alignment. You can align the text to the right, to the middle, to the bottom, and the justified. Justified means the text is automatically justified according to your design. So mostly it goes with the middle or the left or the right align. Okay, so the next we have the box shadow. Click here and you can set the box shadow. Okay, so this is the outer shadow and this is the inner shadow, means that outer means the shadow is applied to the outside. Look, this is outside of the box, so this is x-axis and this is y-axis. Okay, so if we are going from right to left, so this is what x-axis, and top to bottom is y-axis. So you can select this. Now you can see the text in the outer shadow. And the next inner, you can add the text inside the element inside the border. Okay, look, this is how you can add the text and add multiple designs according to your requirement. So next is the blur, how blurry you want. Look, this looks great, and you can separate the colors, means how much color is separate when you add the shadows. Okay, so you from now from here you can add the color like you want this color. Okay, I know this looks too awkward, but for the understanding purpose it is good to going. And yeah, that's it for the inner and the outer shadow. You just have to add inner and the outer shadow and select the requirement. Mostly it will go to 0 0, and this will also goes to like this, and we need some this. Okay, so when you set according to this, then there is a subtle effect add behind your element, behind your headline. Okay, so the next is margin. This is the most important concept when you are adjusting the text. When there is a multiple element, you have to set it on the live funnel, so pay attention on this. So remember that This is the element. Let me add two columns. Okay, so now the inside space is called padding and the outside space is called margin. Understand, inside is padding, outside is margin. So we have four sides: top, left, bottom, right. So for example, if I select this and add padding to the left to 20, you can see that 20% space is added here. Okay, if you add 20 here, you can see the 20% space added here. You can add as much as you want or add the like 300. You can also add the custom, but this is not necessary to add such much margin at the right side. You just go with 20 or the 10. So this is how padding is work. You can add upper side padding and lower padding. So this is how padding works inside the element. For the margin, if you see, there is too much less space in between two elements, so I can increase the left margin. I can set it to 40, 60, 80. You can see there is a space increase inside outside the element. So this is how margin works. I hope this will understand, but remember that padding is inside the element and the margin is outside the element. Now there is a custom size width. You can add the width of the text, but for now this is by default set onto the auto, and this mostly used in the container size when we add the images. So this is also important part of the style. For example, you want this text on the desktop and not on the mobile, so visibility of the visibility on the mobile. Now this is the only that is visible on the both. So this now desktop we have two elements, two columns, and the mobile we have just one. Okay, look, in the desktop we have two and in the mobile preview we have just one. So you can change the mode from the top of the funnel name, like desktop mode and the mobile mode. Click here, click here. Similar for the mobile, you want something that is only for the mobile and not on the desktop. It's hide from the desktop, and on the mobile you can see both elements are here. So this is about, and you can set it to the desktop also. So this is the custom class. So this is related to the code. For the starting point of view, I think we have to ignore it, because when we start working on the code elements, then we will explain it. And this is the CSS selector. This is related to the CSS. Now this is the animation part. Okay, so the next is animation. You have to click here and click here, animation. We have multiple animation, and you can also add the animation on the text through the CSS effect. And for now we can go through all these animation, like in, and this animation will appear whenever the page is load on the preview, and the upside down, left, right, up, down, left, right. Look, there are multiple animation you can select, but mostly we can use this one. I think this one is good, or the slide up. This is mostly used, by the way, and the zoom in and the high level and multiple animation day by day, and improving the CRM. Look at the animation. This is rocking, and the bounce is bounce. We can use these two for the buttons, especially for the CTA buttons. And I think that's it. I covered all the things in the headline, so you can go through and explore it. The features is updated on the daily basis, so there is a little bit different, but the major feature is always same. For now, to delete it and go to the next is subheadline. This is also similar to the heading, but we just need to go through in the journal. Similar for the headline and the custom, we are already covered all the things, and you can add the icon also. In the style tabs, the similar all the things you can select, and the animations. And basically we have heading in the top, then we have mostly subheading, and then we have the paragraph. So go to the paragraph. So this is the paragraph. You can add the paragraph. I think you have go to the lorem ipsum. Lorem ipsum, basically the dummy text. You have used the text for the practice purpose or the dummy purpose. Add one paragraph into your funnel. Just copy, come to the funnel, and then click here. Look, this is how the paragraph looks like, and you can add the padding inside. Like you want to decrease the width, so select the row and set the width of the row. Look, this is how it's look like. I think it's good to go, and this is mostly we are setting for the 70 or the 60 for the row width. Okay, so all the features related to the journal and the style and the animation section is same as the heading, and the line height is mostly used. We can set it to 1 for the EM, or if we select the pixel, you have to select the pixel because 1 EM is equal to 16 and 2 EM is equal to 32 pixels. So for the EM you need difficulty to remember. For that you should pick the pixel and then add to the 40, and it's 35 or 30. You can select it according to your funnel, and all the feature is same according to the heading tab. So the next we have the bullet list. So we have a bullet list, like we have to add the point 1 2 3 4 5, so we can use this list, and this is also used. You can add the point here, and then all the setting is same, like the content font, custom size, font opacity, line height, text transform, letter spacing, background color, icon color, all are same. Just you are also add the icon here, like arrow icon, and the icon color change to this is how the bullet list works. And I think we are already cover all the features, and this is all related to the animation. You can add this. So yeah, that's it for this video. If you like the video, please subscribe my channel. Till then, Allah Hafiz.